Rumor has it, if you wear one of these, it stops the COVID virus and the Delta variant. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mr. Deathbreath, where I do spoiler-free film reviews and sometimes celebrity interviews. Before we begin, please turn on post notifications, please subscribe, and guess what? I'm on Spotify. Find me on Spotify and listen to these audio versions of these videos. Okay, so let's get into it. We are talking about M. Night's best film that he's ever made, and probably the best film he'll ever make. And that film, needless to say, is Signs. Here's a sign that I'm talking about Signs. Oh, Death Breath. Yeah, I know, corny, right? Anyway, so let's get into it. So synopsis. A family living in a small town start finding crop circles outside of their home. Okay, so let's get into the good. Mel Gibson, he does a phenomenal job. Mel Gibson plays a former priest who is dealing with the loss of his wife and struggling with his faith and his general existence. He does a phenomenal job in this film. His whole demeanor throughout the whole entire film is concerned, and he also looks like he's on the verge of having a nervous breakdown or simply just managing to stop existing altogether. He just carries it so heavily on his cheeks and his eyes, and he just always looks like he's in a state of concern. And this is before things start getting extraterrestrial. Joaquin Phoenix, you might know him as the Joker. I know him as Meryl from Signs. He does a phenomenal job. He's very much the counterbalance. He's more upbeat and outgoing compared to Mel Gibson, who plays his brother. But he also is still very somber. He's very much reminiscent about how his life was and how it should have been and how it didn't turn out. He does a phenomenal job, and he truly is the second memorable character, if not the most memorable character, second to Mel Gibson's character. And then, of course, we have Abigail Breslin, who grows up to be an amazing actress. One of the Culkin brothers, yeah. He was in Scream 4. He's a great actor as well. These two actors at a young age do a phenomenal job. They are not annoying, which is a big thing. Kid actors tend to kind of be annoying, and they're not annoying in any way, shape, or form, actually. They do such a good job that they fit perfectly into the film, and it's never a distraction. It just works, and if not, adds to the film. Okay, another phenomenal thing about this film is the score. Let me give you a reminiscence of the score. Yeah, that's the score. It's very much the equivalent of the Jaws theme, but for M. Night's Signs. It's incredible. The score may as well be another character. When you hear that music going, you know something's gonna happen, or you know something's happening. If someone played that score on a loudspeaker at 2 in the morning, I'd wake up panicking thinking something was gonna go wrong. That song may as well be a bad omen of things to come. You hear that and you're like, uh-oh, something's gonna go down. It's truly amazing and truly phenomenal. There is a scene that is incredible in the movie where Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix are sitting on a couch, and they're seeing that something is happening. The news report is broadcasting that birds can't fly up a certain distance. If they do, they hit something as if they hit an invisible wall and die. And they start having this conversation where Joaquin Phoenix's character is thinking, do you think we're okay? What do you think that is? And it ultimately comes down to there are two types of people in the world. People that think that those signs are a miracle, and people that think we're all alone. So M. Night does a great job at taking this to a very philosophical level where you're thinking, does God exist? Does God not exist? If he does exist, does it mean things are going to be okay? And if he doesn't exist, does it even matter? And that's where they take it, and it's very much challenging the viewer to think this way, but at the same time also challenging Mel Gibson's character, who is struggling with his recent loss of faith through the death of his wife, which is incredible. It's just such a amazing moment. Okay, so let's get into the bad. The bad is the alien. Okay, the alien is just goofy, man. It just doesn't work. I'm not going to show it in a clip because I don't want to show it. I don't want to ruin it if you haven't seen this film. But let's just say they try to model it off of somebody, and it just looks goofy. It doesn't work. It's one of those movies where everything's amazing until they get to the final end. It's the only bad thing, really. And it's so insignificant. So guys, let's give it a rating. A through F. What is Signs? Signs is an A+. It's an absolute masterpiece. M. Night Shyamalan made this amazing film, and when it all ends and comes together, it's amazing. Every time I've seen this film, I've been watching it since I was 16, there's always this point where everything starts to build up, and when everything starts building up and coming together, you hear the music playing in the background, and it's basically telling you that everything's coming up and coming full circle, essentially. And there's that scene when everything comes full circle at the final bit that makes my hair stand up on the back of my head. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Signs is truly a masterpiece. It is one of the best films I've ever seen, if not one of the best films ever made. Guys, thank you for your support as always, and we'll see you soon.